Well, good afternoon. Someone's asked me the question about the gear I'm running, what I've got and why I've got it, and I thought that was a good question. So I'll try and have a run through. Here is my K200. This was my truck for the last 18 months and I like it. It's a cool truck. It's a tough truck, very tough. I didn't start off very good with it. I bought it online, an online purchase, sight unseen. I spoke to a few people about it. It was with a large auction company. I won't mention their name, but it wasn't black and white. It was somewhere in the middle, if you know what I'm saying. And they assured me it was great. It had everything. It was in top condition and that. And I took a punt on it. I won the auction. I went to pick it up. I had my 8-wheeler truck with the float. Put a photo here for that. And I went and picked it up, and it was in a very sad state. A lot of things needed doing, and I got it, had it on the road for 3 weeks, and blew an engine. It melted a hole in the piston. It was a bit of a battle to try and get some money back on it. I didn't get anywhere. It didn't even match the listing for the auction. It didn't have hydraulics, it didn't have this, it didn't have that. And anyway, I got to the point where I thought, I'm committed, I've got to make something of it, and I did. I chipped away at it. I got the engine rebuilt. That cost me a lot of money, but we got there in the end, and I ran it for, like I say, nearly 18 months, and it was a good truck. And I love the big cab. I love the room in it. But I think because of the way it started, I didn't love it as much as I should have. Anyway, I love the room in here. Absolutely love it. There's me permit floating around the floor there. So it's emptied out because it's for sale at the moment. But it's got the bunks, it's got fridges under there, fridge or freezer. One is a freezer, one is a fridge. It did have a big wardrobe up there, but I took it out as I tend to not hang my clothes, I fold them. I put a new head unit in it, 2-way radios, and it was a great truck to live in, and I literally did live in it for a long time. I was homeless and this was my base, and so much room. I got rid of it. Well, I replaced it because I got sick of riding in the cab over. It's quite a rough ride. But I still miss it. Like, I've got it hooked on the trailer now. The 650's over there behind it, ready to be washed and cleaned up after our trip over east. So if a job comes up, I'll use this now, and I'll love every minute of it. So it's a heavy rated truck. I wanted a heavy rated truck. The one before it I had was a 130 tonner. I like to be rated high enough to do any job that comes in, basically. So this is on new way suspension. It was a 4:5:6 ratio. I changed in the last couple of months I was running it and put 4 3s in it. Dana HD, Dana 52-190, sorry, is what it's got in it. And the gearing has actually made a huge improvement on it. It travels really nice now. But it's a heavy truck. If you look at the 650 over there, I'm going to get onto that one. I'll finish cleaning this one first, that one first before I put the video up, and we'll go over that. But that truck is a ton lighter than this truck. So I'm running heavy diffs, 22 series gearbox, the big cab, double chassis rails all the way through, and I think I pulled a double road train with it once. The majority of my work's single trailer float work. Having the heavy rated truck, as much as it covers me if anything comes up, I just haven't needed it in the 3 years I've been going. The new 650 659 is 110 tonne. I think that'll be enough for anything I do. I don't think I can still pull a light triple with it. I've had the hairbag upgrade on that trailer, on that truck, so I can get it uprated if I choose to, but I honestly don't think I need to. I can pull a heavy float with that for anything I'm going to do. That'll be enough. Right, so trailer. This is the trailer I was towing as a haulier. It's a 2009 Lusty deck widener. Like I say, I towed it for 3 years. It was a great trailer. It doesn't look pretty, it needs paint, but it's a really good trailer. It has widening top deck, so the top deck's widened to 3.5 wide. I've had like 16G grader, just drive it straight up there, front wheels up there, deck open wide, gets the weight in the right spot. Those decks come off as well, so it can be like a float, a proper low loader without the top deck. They just slide out, you just unpin them, slide them out with a forklift. The bottom deck widens to 4.2. I'll show you that in a minute. Single piece ramps. Now I'm in the process of trying to find some bifolds to replace these. It just opens up more options. You can, you know, paving equipment, gear like that. I have a winch for it, so if I have to winch on a recovery truck, I'll use it as a recovery vehicle for a broken down truck. Having longer ramps makes life a lot easier. Yes, I will open it up and show you the trailer. So there it is. That's it. Open right out to 4.2. It's a deck widener, so the axles don't go out. Can be a bit ungainly if you're heavy, but generally if you're this wide for what we do, agricultural gear, it's not that heavy. No, it's just handy if you've got a tractor on duals or triples. Being able to open the trailer out that wide makes your options for loading a lot easier. So there it is. She's a big bit of gear. Needs a full set of mud flaps and things, but that's all on the list of stuff I'm going to do. I've only owned the trailer for about 6 months, and I've done a bit to it in that time. I've got a winch for it and some other bits and pieces. Yeah, so that's the trailer. Let's have a look at the top deck now. I'll open that up and show you. So there we have it. That's opened out there, the top deck. It's a good thing I decided to do this, because it's I may have left that diesel tank up top there for a bit, but as a demonstration I thought I'll open this out and then give me the push to unload that tank. So top deck opens out, top deck 3.5, bottom deck 4.2. Very versatile trailer. And like I said, you can take these top wings off, simply unpin the rams, that end, suck them back in, pick the wing up with a forklift, drive it out. Same on both sides. Very handy trailer. Yeah, good bit of gear. If you need anything moved, Western Australia or nationwide, give us a call. So back to answering the question about what I'm running and why I'm running it. Obviously it's been a few days since I filmed that last bit. I've even had time to dust off the razor. Yeah, so I've shown you the K2. It's still sitting there gathering dust. Now this is the replacement T659. I bought it second hand. It's a 2019 model, Cummins X15 20 series gearbox, on 8-bag rear end, 4.33 diff ratio. I'm not a fan of the 8-bag, but it was what I could get at the time as far as second-hand trucks in my range. I've had the upgrade to hair bag, so I don't know if you can see the size of that pipe there compared to the standard pipe was about that. So You can get a suspension rating upgrade, I believe, with that, but I'm not too worried. I did it more for drivability. I just think that I found in the past, and the 8 bag tends to kick a wheel up a bit easier than new way. I wanted new way, I couldn't get a truck at the time. So yeah, AdBlue, 50-inch bunk, super singles on the front, factory Kenworth bull bar. Now this come from a fleet over east somewhere. I believe they had about 14 of them, all the same. I purchased it off John Kelly, Heavy Haulage Assets, or used to be Heavy Haulage Australia. He was selling them. He purchased the whole fleet and on-sold them. I don't have a comment about him. Everyone makes their own mind up. So in here, it's I like the colour too. I've had tow trucks in the past that are the walnut colour. It's a nice layout. I've had a few of these on fuel, had 8-wheelers when I was driving fuel tankers similar to this. Well, same year actually, same but 8-wheelers. Yeah, it's a nice environment. They travel nice, really good steering lock. It didn't have a top bunk, so I made one. It was a lot cheaper. Quite often there's 2 of us in here. Lots of cupboard space, ice pack, air conditioner. I put the microwave in, I put the ingle in, has an inverter under the bunk there. So it runs a kettle, runs everything I need. Curtains go right around the front windscreen. The changes I made in here, I put an extra 2-way radio in. I put the bigger head unit in, had a small one in here, so I put the 2-way there. And I put the, they're not a road relay, these things, I don't know what they are, but same thing's a road relay. I removed that from here and put it up there to suit myself. You know, I monitor that a bit, but I spend more time playing with the radio than I do with that. So it has 4 cross locks at the rear end. Hopefully, I mean, I always like to have a truck with cross locks, but you always hope that you never end up in that situation where you need cross locks. I think by the time you get to that point, she's all over. So yeah, that's the truck. As you saw at the back, it's got like an agricultural reset shop. I'm not sure about rubber guards, I never have been. The 200's got them as well, even the 104 I had before this had them. They're good, you can check on your tyres, easy to work on, but as far as, like, we do a lot of dirt, and if it's wet, just the crap goes everywhere. They've tried to rectify it at the front, the super singles, with these little flaps here. I've done similar things in the past on trucks. Having the super singles on the front, the spray from there goes directly to your mirrors, and it's a pain. But the joys of oversized, you can see all the paint's gone off there, windscreen's broken, even broke the bug deflector the last trip, just traffic pulling off the road, not slowing down. It's a bit disheartening, so I'm in the process of polishing it. That's why the video's taken so long to put together, because I wanted to finish the polish. I haven't. I've done the bottom half, done the tanks and wheels, bull bar. I've got to do the stacks, and I put those stacks on, had little pea shooters on it, put them on. They've got the inner pipe, 5-inch inner pipe, 7-inch outer, so with the AdBlue, the extra heat in that, they stay pretty clean. The bugs don't burn on them, the pipes don't turn as black as quick. Yeah, so far it's a good little truck. It let me down a couple of times, but nothing major, and yeah, they've come a long way. My first ever Kenworth I drove was a T650 in 1992, I believe. I'll put a photo here. Back in Queenstown, New Zealand, and it was shorter than this, and it had the worst turning circle of any truck I've ever driven, whereas this will turn inside the cab over. It turns a lot better. Yeah, so that's it. I'm away for a day, going to meet my new granddaughter, so I'm going to hook the block on. I've got a truck show on Sunday, the convoy in Perth. Long support it. Put a link here. I won't put a link there, I don't know how to do that. Yeah, so I'm just going to throw my block on, take that water tank out of it and get it set up, and then I'm going to jump on a plane and go and visit my granddaughter.